A business where almost everyone loses money, yet millions of people still join every year. No product, no real profits, just recruitment. And somehow it keeps working. This is the strange and surprisingly powerful world of pyramid schemes. Not just a financial scam, but a psychological machine designed to exploit the deepest parts of human behavior. At first glance, pyramid schemes seem obvious. The structure is simple. A person joins an organization and pays an entry fee. Then they recruit others. Those recruits recruit even more people. Money flows upward through the pyramid hierarchy. Early participants profit. Late participants lose. Mathematically, it is guaranteed to collapse. Yet the concept keeps reappearing in different forms. From chain letters in the early 1900s to modern multi-level marketing organizations, from investment clubs to online crypto recruiting schemes. So the question isn't whether pyramid schemes fail. The real mystery is why people continue believing in them. To understand that, we have to go back nearly a century. In 1920s America, a man named Charles Ponzi created one of the most famous financial frauds in history. He promised investors massive returns by exploiting international postal reply coupons. The idea sounded technical and complex. Most people didn't understand it, but that was the point. Investors trusted the system because it felt sophisticated. Ponzi paid early investors using money from new investors. For a short time, it worked perfectly, until the entire structure collapsed. Today, the term Ponzi scheme is widely known, but pyramid schemes are slightly different. A Ponzi scheme has a single central operator controlling the money. A pyramid scheme distributes responsibility across thousands of participants. And this is where things get psychologically fascinating, because the victims often become the recruiters. In other words, the system turns believers into promoters. And this is where social psychology enters the picture. Humans are heavily influenced by something called social proof. When people see friends, family members, or coworkers participating in an opportunity, the brain assumes it must be legitimate. If someone you trust says they're making money, skepticism drops dramatically. Pyramid schemes rely on this mechanism. Recruitment rarely happens through random advertising. It happens through personal relationships. Friends invite friends. Relatives recruit relatives. Co-workers recruit co-workers. Trust becomes the delivery system for the scam. But here's the strange part. Even when people notice warning signs, many still continue. Why? Because of a powerful psychological phenomenon called cognitive dissonance. When someone invests time, money, and reputation into a system, admitting failure becomes emotionally painful. The brain prefers to protect the belief rather than accept the mistake. So instead of quitting, participants double down. They recruit harder. They attend motivational seminars. They repeat phrases like financial freedom and passive income. This self-justification cycle keeps the pyramid alive longer than logic would suggest. But pyramid schemes don't rely on just one psychological trick. They combine several behavioral mechanisms simultaneously. One of the most powerful is the sunk cost fallacy. Once people invest money into a venture, they feel compelled to continue investing to justify the initial decision, even when evidence suggests the system is failing. Another factor is authority bias. Many schemes present charismatic leaders who claim to be successful entrepreneurs. They drive luxury cars. They show screenshots of bank accounts. They deliver high-energy speeches about wealth creation and entrepreneurship. These displays trigger the brain's tendency to trust confident authority figures, and this is where things get interesting. Modern pyramid schemes often disguise themselves as legitimate businesses. Many operate under the label of multi-level marketing, or MLM. Companies claim they are selling products such as health supplements, skincare, or online education programs. But in many cases, the real money comes from recruitment rather than product sales. Regulators like the Federal Trade Commission have repeatedly warned about this structure. If profit depends primarily on recruiting new members rather than selling a product to customers, the system begins to resemble a pyramid scheme. But proving it legally can be complicated, and the industry has become incredibly skilled at blurring the lines. Now add social media into the equation. Platforms like Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube have become powerful recruitment tools. Influencers promote luxury lifestyles, exotic vacations, and early retirement. They present entrepreneurship as a simple formula. Join the team. Recruit others, achieve financial independence. The message spreads quickly, but mathematics tells a different story. In a classic pyramid structure, each participant recruits just 6 new members. That might not sound like much, but by the 12th level, the scheme would require more people than exist on Earth. This exponential growth problem guarantees collapse. The majority of participants inevitably lose money, and yet the system persists. Why? Because of optimism bias, humans tend to believe they will succeed where others fail. Even when statistics say otherwise, pyramid schemes exploit this optimism relentlessly. Participants are told failure only happens to people who didn't work hard enough. Success stories are highlighted, losses are ignored. This selective storytelling creates the illusion that success is common. But researchers studying MLM income disclosures have found a stark reality. In many organizations, more than 90% of participants earn little to no profit. Some even accumulate debt purchasing inventory or training materials. Yet belief continues. And this reveals something deeper about human psychology. People aren't just buying into a business opportunity, they're buying into a narrative, a story about escaping traditional jobs, a story about becoming an entrepreneur, a story about control over their financial future. Pyramid schemes package these dreams into a system that feels achievable, even when the math says otherwise. And technology is making these systems even more persuasive. Online recruitment funnels, automated marketing tools, private Telegram groups, live stream motivational events. The structure is becoming more sophisticated, but the core mechanism remains the same. Exploit trust, amplify hope, delay, doubt, and keep the pyramid growing just a little longer. Eventually, every pyramid reaches its peak, recruitment slows, new members disappear, the flow of money dries up, and the structure collapses, leaving thousands of participants wondering how they believed it in the first place. But perhaps the most fascinating lesson isn't about scams. It's about the human mind. Pyramid schemes reveal how easily ambition, optimism, and social influence can override mathematical reality. They show that intelligence alone doesn't protect people from manipulation. Understanding the system does, because once you recognize the psychological triggers, social proof, authority bias, sunk cost fallacy, and optimism bias, the illusion becomes much harder to maintain. And the next time someone offers you a once-in-a-lifetime business opportunity that depends on recruiting others, you might pause, you might ask better questions, and you might realize something important. If the business only works when everyone keeps joining, then the real product was never the opportunity. The real product was belief. If you found this video interesting, make sure to like the video, share it with others, and subscribe for more documentaries exploring the hidden psychology behind the systems shaping our world.